Alright, this next video is talking about transitions from forward to backward and backward to forward. Alright, so we have our posture, our set position, nice and tall. Everything is lined up from the heels to the top of the head. My spine is as long as possible. You can also use L's, so your thumbs and your index fingers, thumbs at the bottom of your ribs, pointers on your hip bones, trying to make that space as long as possible. When you do that and engage the abs, you look nice and tall, almost like Superman, but less of this, right? All the muscles are engaged around your spine and your balance, but you also look very confident and tall. So we have set 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. On 4, we're going to point our toes, almost like we're going to close, but instead of putting our feet together at the end, we lift our left foot off the ground and place it back. So during that, all we're doing is putting our weight to our right feet, our right toes, and then we're pushing from the right toes to go backwards. So this is a physics thing. All we're doing is we're going forwards and we have to create momentum to push ourselves backwards. So what we're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, point and place. So that's what we use going forward to backward. So it's always point, lift, place. So the left leg doesn't really go anywhere, but we're just switching the weight to our right foot and then back to the left. All right, because again, it's the momentum thing. If I'm going fast enough, 1, 2, 3, I have to push off these toes to make myself go backwards. All right, so that transition is again, this is 3, point and place. So I have point on the and, I move my weight to my right foot, my right toes for a second, lift my left foot off the ground, then place my toes back on the ground. And my heels, both heels are off the ground because I'm going backwards next. Okay, so let's do that once. Set, 1, 2, 3, 4, horns up, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, point and place. Okay, so that's the transition going forward to backward. Now let's do the transition going backward to forward. So we just finished going forward, now we're going backward. So this is our first step. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on count 4, we're going to do the same thing basically that we did going forward to backwards. So we have to put the weight on our right toes here so we can push from there forward. So the left leg is still doing not much work. We're pointed, so this is count 4 of going backwards. We're about to go forwards. Left leg is pointed. All we do is we're flipping the left foot. So the left toes are down right here, the heel is off the ground. Then all we do is we flip, so then the heel's on the ground and the toes are up as high as possible. Okay, so we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So it's not that difficult of a transition, but you do have to go from pointed to flexed going forward. And the same thing kind of applies. We're kind of putting all the weight on our right toes so we can push ourselves off from there to go forward. So it's again, we have momentum going backwards and we have to push that the opposite direction. So that's why we do this as a transition. The important thing about this transition, make sure the upper body stays tall and straight. Okay, so a lot of times going backwards, we get too relaxed with the upper body and then we lean back like this and then go forward, kind of like a cartoon. But we want the body nice and tall and looking powerful and confident and straight. So what do? We engage the abs, right? Engage the belly button. Nice and tall with the spine as long as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. See, if anything, my upper body goes up, and then I go forward. So I don't lean back. My weight isn't forward, so I'm looking like this either. Right? We want it nice and tall. So, to go through both transitions, I'll show you. I'll go forward, then backward, then forward again. Then I'm going to close at the end. Here we go. Set. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, point, and place. 2, 3, point, and 1, 2, 3, point, and close. Alright, and those are transitions, forward to backward and backward to forward.